right, well, we've got game number 1 here from Team Liquid versus Nigma Galaxy. And I think a lot of this is going to come down to the laning phase for the side of Nigma. I think if they start to falter there, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to try to bounce back against what Liquid's got going on.
Yes, I would agree with that entirely. And speaking of lanes, Nigma Galaxy, they're looking to do a Bristle plus Io off lane, it looks like. So they might try lane here and then do Nature's Prophet solo safe lane.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
That's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and mute Insania so I can't hear Purge's voice.
Really? Aw. I miss our tri-casts. Those are always the best.
Yeah, Purge.
Me, you, and Purge.
Specifically requested that those never happen again, and so
30 seconds to battle.
He was very mad in the Discord group.
That's a lie.
But we'll ignore that. It's, ever since I called his dog fat.
Oh, he was very upset about that.
Was.
Yeah. I mean, Tango was a little plump, but there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you have a higher appreciation for animals that are round.
That's right.
Anyways, like, it's more of a compliment coming from you. Like, look at that chonker. Like,
yeah, speaking of round, GH trying to go for the rune, tethering away. Walking Miracle like he's a dog on the leash, which is the tether, of course. So this reveals the laning setup for Nigma Galaxy. And the question is, does Liquid want to rotate to deal with this? And the answer appears to be no. They're going to keep the Viper top.
Well, I think the issue becomes then if you do that rotation, then you'll just have them rotate right back at you, right?
You can't beat a Nature's Prophet at doing this lane rotation shenanigans because he has TP. So that's one issue.
That's the issue with it.
It's a cool, I mean, it's a nice concept on Nature's Prophet, I think. To do this sort of lane shenanigans. Like, this is the best hero for it in the game. And these are really good lanes for Nigma.
Like we said, that's super important for them to be able to come out of these lanes with a little bit of an advantage. We want to see Miracle snowballing a bit. And it's going to be a bit difficult here for Ana to kind of deal with the amount of just quills and regen that's going to be pumped into Miracle from GH.
I do like that Insania has left Ana to get level 2, though. As we look at the mid. Of course, McKay rushing that bottle. I'm not entirely sure who's supposed to win the Coddle Tiny matchup. But,
I think it just goes pretty back and forth for a while, depending on who gets out of place. If, you know, Sumail tends to be too far forward, toss back underneath tower, or some sort of rotation. But for the most part, I think they're both just going to respect each other, sidestep, illuminates, and try not to get too close as Zai gets the first kill on Kuro.
Yeah, so Kuro was trying to do the support thing where you follow the wave cutting, so that way you don't lose a whole wave of experience. And Liquid deals with that by just dual laning him, which means mind control is completely freeform here. He's having a pretty solid time, but it does mean that they give away first blood.
Little something for Zai since he's got to play the Viper again. Probably not his favorite thing to do.
Yeah,
but
that's why
wins the game.
That's why they were laughing at him there. So he is a joke to Liquid, it appears.
Say that.
Hey, that was them, not me.
We're gonna continue to see this kind of pulling going on here from the side of Liquid. Again, this does make sure that mind control is getting pretty free farm though.
Yep. Both heroes of Liquid are having to rotate for these lane cutting plays, and mid lane Sumail just both heroes just farming up easy camps and playing for their own game rather than like trying to kill each other.
Mind control gonna have to teleport out here. He does get disposed by Boxy.
This is weird. What is going on here? There's so many creeps. Neutrals and Nature's Prophet treants and all sorts of garbage.
Dire's top tower is
Jump forward over onto Kuro, throws out the shield. They've got the disposed. Shield will pop. Looks like they should be able to get themselves a kill on the Abaddon.
Yeah, usually Abaddon is a pretty effective counter to Viper, but when you're out of mana and I feel like Marcy Viper just does not lose lanes. Like there's always kill threat, and I mean this goes to show that the fact that like Nature's Prophet plus Abba, like, should theoretically be good against both of these heroes individually, but you put Marcy and Viper together and all of a sudden, like, they're unstoppable.
It just feels like Marcy is just so incredibly aggressive that, like, she brings the next level to lane harassment in a sense. And so, you know, yeah, you have this Abaddon who's strong and who's going to be able to, you know, provide that save or whatnot, but the harassment is just non-stop and it's going to eventually wear out. In fact, here we have mind control. He's just left all alone. He doesn't have his Abaddon, so it's an easy kill here for Boxy.
Kuro wanted to walk out to lane because he has boots, and because of this, he I don't know if his TP was on cooldown or what, but this means that, yeah, MC goes down. That is not what you want to see.
Definitely not. Boxy just continuing to harass here over onto Kuro. Knows that he can make a hasty escape if necessary, so he's just gonna try to keep him busy and let his Viper get those levels and whatnot.
You know, this stuff that's happening bot is actually a cool reason why I think Bristle IO offlane also makes a lot of sense. Even though it's 0-3 for Nigma, they're still a bit ahead in gold, and it's because Bristle IO in the offlane can cut waves and pull to jungle camps, but you can't do that on the safe lane. Remember when Eternal Envy was playing Bristle mid, and he would just cut...
I love that!
He would just cut the mid wave and drag it to camps, and then people started doing that in the offlane, and then people stopped laning altogether on Bristle.
They made a patch to deal with Eternal Envy's shenanigans. Like, think about that. He was playing at mid, he was between the tier 3 and the tier 2s as a mid Bristle, and eventually we just got this patch that was like, yeah, Bristle can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, because I just made a video about that, so I was like, oh yeah, this thing this is gonna keep getting views forever, and then it just gets patched out a week later. All of a sudden the video's useless. More useless than normal, I should say.
That was an interesting time for sure, when you were just seeing people create their own lanes. And I kind of like the idea of that, just seeing something a little bit different, because we haven't had map changes in a while now either.
No, we
I
haven't.
like this idea of not being constrained to like the one lane in some cases. I don't know.
So do I. I say bring back junglers. That's what I say.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Spice it up a little bit. Kind of just getting harassed a little bit down here, but again, probably shouldn't die.
Yeah, I think he has to make...
Miracle being a big boy.
He's got to make some pretty, like, hefty mistake to die down here as a Morphling.
Or they need to, like, bring some more people down, maybe, like, mind control or something.
They could maybe burst with Sumail, like a illuminate from the trees. That's always... I've actually seen that happen in this patch with the mid-caudal. He just walks somewhere and then he nukes you, and it's like, what the hell? It just does way too much damage for this point in the game.
Yeah. Mid lane, though, going over towards the side of Sumail. He has been taking a bunch of the neutral creeps, though, as well. So 59 or 60 and 1 currently for the Caudal, 40, or rather, the 43 and 9 on the Tiny.
He's got boots of travel already on Sumail. He's a big fat boy.
I mean, they haven't done anything to really slow him down, right? So, we are seeing some pressure being placed over in the mid lane, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
not really enough just yet. I feel like Mickey needs to get the jump on someone, like just get it just right here. That way he can, well, I mean, if they walk into him, that's a good way to get a kill.
Yeah, that's pretty free. Kuro just does not have the HP to survive through Tiny combo. He also has Arcane Rune, which means he can walk top. This sounds kind of stupid, but the phase boots, like, he's getting there really quickly because the Arcane Rune. He's already on mind control up here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah, they're
attack.
diving top.
Yep, they are indeed. And you can see the teleport is coming out. They want mind control. They have to dispose. Sumail going to be able to push them back. Follow up, though, the clicks from Zai. Throwing down that lovely Nether Toxin. Mickey finding the Caudal. Going to toss up into the air. They'll get the kill. And this should be a very dead mind control, as they'll send those treants after Zai. Foxy also sitting very low, but the rebound ensuring that they'll go a little bit faster and get out of harm's way. So a nice play here coming out from Liquid.
I mean, Insania said it in the interview, the pregame interview. Like, Mickey has just been looking on fire lately.
On fire, yeah.
And continues to do so here. This is very typical of his solid performances in the DPC, where he rotates and gets a lot of farm, but also, like, is involved in basically every kill. So this is...
Look at this positioning
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
here in the mid lane. They want Smail. Foxy. Immediately with the dispose. Teleports are coming out. They'll slow him down. Go with the rebound into the avalanche. The toss up into the air. That is a very dead Smail. And despite GH trying to be the ambulance, he can't keep Kuro alive.
Is under attack.
Liquid making all the right moves here with these lanes currently.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I just watched a Jakiro TP out in front of a Bristle IO. That is the exact problem with the Nigma lineup, and I think that Liquid has identified that with their play so far. Is like they can be mega aggressive on all of these lanes because worst case they just TP out and they're going to be fine.
I mean, that's the issue. Like, the idea is, you know, all right, we'll just have them come fight us. But when Liquid is bringing this aggression, when they're showing up into the lanes, they're starting these fights. It's not quite as easy for the side of Nigma.
Yeah, Miracle's getting pretty fat down here, though. As a result of him being in the off lane, it means that GH was able to walk over here and stack up some camps.
Okay, all right.
Is under attack.
Tips coming out. Yeah, you can see that Anna was hanging down in the bottom lane. See a little bit of a replay here, too, over on Smail. That gang coming into play. As this is going on in-game, we do have an engagement coming out. GH here tethered up. They break the tether, though, over onto Smail. He's a little bit too far in here. I don't think he wants to be here because he's definitely dead, too, Nick.
Has been denied.
They'll protect their mid tower over on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, Mickey's 4-0-2. He's just owning completely.
Oh, man. Oh, this looks like Sai's gonna die first. Mind control will eventually expire, but he'll get that experience before he goes down.
Quite the man fight that went on up there. Very cool. Two green guys just slamming each other. One cool thing about this game is that phase boots on Tiny, not so abnormal, but that's against the eventual Nature's Prophet leash talent. And then on Viper, Zai also has phase boots plus Quelling Blade. So they're like really prepping for the leash talent on Nature's Prophet just because it's the only like real disable that Nigma can have.
That's true. Gotta love the aggression, though, coming out from Liquid in this game. It's been difficult for Ana here. Did have that death. Got kind of sniped by the Keeper of the Light, but we are seeing the rotations coming out here over on the side of Liquid. And they're looking pretty good.
Middle tower is under attack.
Still, though, Nigma are... They have the lead. They're not getting kills because there's just TPing away happening.
Yeah.
But they have the lead because of this.
They did manage to get the bottom tower fairly early.
Yep.
And like you said, the stacking definitely making a big deal. Put some pressure though over on Miracle. This goes back behind the tower. Ice Tap will connect it, losing the mid tier 1. Oxy considering going in, but it's just really difficult to fight up against this as they'll throw out an avalanche, slow them down just a little bit, throw down some of the nether toxin, try to slow down the creep wave, clear out some of these little neutral creeps. But Mickey, okay, toss back into that macro pyre. And that appears to be enough right now for the side of Nigma. You'll see Miracle gonna just farm up one of these little camps, but it's feeling pretty strong right now. 6 stacks of that warpath during that fight.
It's kind of a goofy game to go back to the stuns. Like Nigma are just running at the towers and getting them, and Liquid are running away, but they're still not able to fight versus the sustain that Nigma have. The Coddle heals, the Io heals, the Abaddon heals. Bristle just being super huge and tanky. Like, Liquid just has to run away right now.
And again, it feels like a lot of these fights are going 4v5 with the fact that the Morphling has to take some more time, still needs to be farming up, is moving up in terms of net worth, but is nowhere near what Miracle's got going on currently.
Now, and Ana is staying at 25 strength, so he's keeping his HP above some threshold that he's not going to die to a Coddle Burst. So he's actually farming a bit slower because of that.
And it's a little scary is the fact that Smail, he's got the boots of travel. He's almost got himself a spirit vessel too, which is going to make the game much harder for this Morphling.
Yeah, he needs some charges though. Like they're really looking to get some charges on him, and unfortunately there's been no kills.
Smoked up over on the side of Liquid. Looking to see if they can find someone. Do end up finding Sumail, which is a pretty big kill if they can get it. In comes GH though. He's gonna try to keep him alive a little bit longer. Does manage to do it. Is Curl left behind here. He's gonna go throw out that aphotic shield. Chases on. Proc the ultimate as Miracle though rejoining into the fight over onto the back line. Sees Insania. Will be able to go drop the macro pyre, and he's just taking him back from this neurotoxin. Insania will fall. Kuro sitting very low too. Ana is gonna have to go and pop some of these charges, doing as much damage as he can over here to the side. Does manage to take down Miracle. And now it looks like they're gonna be able to clean up mind control. Sumail, he was kept alive for a very decent amount of time here by GH, but Mickey chasing after him. Does have to watch out for those heals from the Coddle. He'll be able to get right back up again.
I feel like Miracle, I mean, that's just a Viper counter, I guess.
GH. You get the aphotic shield off Solar Bind over onto Boxy. Gonna try to chase down, channel up the Illuminate, the toss up into the air though. Buys just enough space. But Sumail has completed that Spirit Vessel now.
Sumail's looking for the burst.
Look, he teleported right up there to those Nature's Prophets creeps. Ana now having to run away. Mind control's here. He's got that global transportation, baby. He's ready. As they'll chase after Ana. They'll kick him back. They'll just keep putting up again. They don't have any more Spirit Vessel charges, luckily, but it's looking a little scary now as the rest of the team will follow up. They've got the Ice Path. He's going to sidestep here away from the Illuminate. Nigma takes their attention to this top lane.
Morphling is
Fortification will come out.
It's such an annoying hero. It's so annoying that you can just... Oh, I have 4,000 HP. I mean, it does go back to the lack of disables. Once the vessel charge is gone, Sumail only had one of those. They're not going to get a... Without a second one, they don't have enough damage to take him down even with the vessel through the heals. Or through the stat morph, I should say, because it's not technically a heal. Oh, man. Ana almost died to the Nature's Wrath because there's a ward on him.
Yeah.
It just about
They're
killed him.
pinging it out. They are in this Roche pit, though, over on the side of Nigma. It doesn't seem like Liquid is looking to do anything about it. I don't think they even are realizing what's going on at this time.
I'm going to bet, by the way, that Miracle goes for BKB first. I've seen this on a lot of bristlebacks these days.
Okay.
Even not in games where there are Vipers. I feel like it's just safer. Like, this hero's a lot more based on his crazy right-click damage anyway, so... Especially against, you know, heroes like a hero like Viper. That you can just two-shot once you get some damage. Alright, I was wrong. He's actually going for the Aghanim Scepter. I suppose when you pick up an Aegis, like, he feels like the Viper break's not as much of a factor. But he has both queued up, and he went for the Ogre Axe. So that way he could build either, depending on how the game was going.
I think that's smart, being flexible in your decisions.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like when you're with old techies where you would go for the int item, so you could either get a Force Staff if your game is terrible, or Ags if your game is good. There's like a lot of little builds like that.
Dai trying to put some pressure over here on this mid tower. Does have to be careful though. Miracle is here in the bottom lane though. They'll find themselves mind control. So they'll be able to clean up, but in comes Miracle with GH. They have relocated, and here it is. Here's the problem. They just TP out.
That's the goofiest.
Easy peasy.
That's the goofiest thing ever. Yeah, that's the problem. There's got to be some disables coming out from one of these other heroes. I mean, eventually Bristle will get a Basher.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it is again.
Goodness. Okay, who can...
Eventually, though, their TPs will be on cooldown, Jenkins, and they will be forced to fight.
I see. Okay, now Mind Control is getting a Gleipnir. Or Gleipnir.
Okay.
Depending on if you're Swedish or not.
Gleipnir.
Yeah, but if you're Norwegian, it's Gleipnir.
Gleipnir? Okay.
No, I made that up.
Okay.
You believe. Don't believe.
Gosh dang it.
That got you.
I should know better by now.
Sumail's getting a Hex, by the way. He went Force Staff, he's getting a Hex next. So that's how they're dealing with this. They're getting items.
They have to, because they're just being too easily to walk away here. As on in the top lane, he's already strength morphed. He should be able to teleport out. No problem. So we're not seeing the Orchid on Nature's Prophet this time. We're seeing the Maelstrom into that Gleipnir like we talked about.
Yeah,
is it just because it's more the AoE sort of disable? Is that why we... value that more?
I mean, I think it's like roughly equivalent in a way. It's a route, you know, instead of a
I guess the
silence.
build-up's kind of nicer too, right? Because you build into the Atos first, and then
Well, Nature's Prophecy, like for some reason, people just are going back for the Maelstrom. It just seems to be the build right now. So this is a way of doing like the new build in air quotes, because it's always been a build on Nature's Prophet, but everybody seems to be getting a Maelstrom. Probably because you know, ATF and such are playing these carry style off lanes.
right. It's a decent amount of damage that Bristle just punched, but Mickey still has that invis. It is going to just wear out though. Go for the avalanche and just blink away, and he's gonna teleport out. Foxy's down here too, has his own TP. Just gonna wait patiently off to the side.
Yep, Liquid don't really ever have to fight them anywhere. They don't have to fight into this Aegis at all.
Is under attack.
Miracle he's trying to push though. He's trying to make it so that this avoidance behavior cannot continue, you know?
Foxy here in the bottom lane. They have their eyes over onto Miracle, and that's going to be the Aegis that gets reclaimed. Now Mind Control is going to have to teleport out, and this time they don't have anything canceling TP, so he's going to be able to just walk away. But Miracle not looking so lucky here, although the toss over to the rest of his team does feel a little bit better. Anna chasing after Miracle. Mickey also closing the gap. They need a little bit more damage, and they don't quite have it as they'll be able to reload right back into the thick of the fight here. This is looking very strong. Mickey will die. Eventually Anna, though, finding the kill on Miracle, turning himself into his own Nature's Prophet here.
It's
Tied
TP's
into the
back
tree
top.
lines, he gets his own TP. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's actually really funny because we keep criticizing the fact that, oh, just TP out, lol. Does have to be careful. Those Sumails here did have a vessel charge, but didn't manage to land the Illuminate. Solar Blind, okay, he's gonna get hit right back in. All right, surely they can finally close the gap on this guy, no? The Solar Blind, Snail, clicking, slow clicks. There it is, finally.
Good lord, that was a painful kill. Like it took.
That was a slog.
It took so much effort. Oh my god, that was some Sisyphus stuff right there. Let me tell you. Yeah, they do eventually get him. Ana was just super low mana because of the fight that happened bot, and he didn't go back to Fountain because he stole Nature's Prophet, so he was able to TP top, but as a result, totally out of mana, and of course there's a little bit of a mana cost from morphing now, so not able to continue morphing forever.
Make that a little bit more difficult. We're gonna let Zai lead the charge here with Mickey. So they get the stun, the avalanche, plus another toxin. Looking to get that break damage down over on Miracle, and by God, they have it.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking he'd go for the BKB first. I think he's probably regretting going for the Ags, because Viper is just such a hard counter. Like, especially with all these stuns, to just lock them in the Viper Nether Toxin. That's often a problem with it, is like not locking them in. But they're, as we can see in the replay, like they're constantly broken. And Jakiro stunned and Tiny stunned and like all these AoE stuns just directly on the Viper Nether Toxin. Which also does a good amount of damage, by the way. I think people underestimate how much damage that it does.
Well, I think they're not going to discount the damage after this game coming out from Zai.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But still, it's pretty neck and neck, honestly. Like, you look at the kill score and you'd be like, wow, you know, Liquid's so far ahead, but it's like a 1k net worth lead going over to the side of Nigma.
Kills are worth a lot more XP than gold, though, so the XP lead is in favor of Liquid. In fact, if you look at the XP versus gold graph, it's very interesting. It's just the exact XP difference for Liquid of the gold difference for Nigma. It's very, very weird. It looks like it's symmetrical, but it's really not supposed to be.
No.
Not that way.
Curious to see what the next play is right now, because I feel like Nigma, they're just going to continue to farm. We're going to see Mind Control doing a little bit of split push. Let's have to be careful, though, because there are quite a few of these Liquid heroes over in this top lane. In fact, Boxy showing himself here, be able to just do the beat down over onto Mind Control, and it's a quick pick, and it is forcing the teleports here to this top lane. But again, just teleporting on out, going to the bottom lane. They see themselves a miracle. They would love to get their hands over here on this Bristle. They drop another toxin, but he's fast. He's going to be able to walk away. They didn't have that stun quite ready yet. A little bit of toss up though. Zai with the Viper Strike, and that is a kill for Ana.
I just want Boxy tried to dispose and time it so that the relocate would not connect, but unfortunately it does not work like Pudge Hook.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty sick. I think Tiny Toss, it used to toss you like halfway across the map if you did do that, something like that. And Liquid, they want
There
more
have been some
though.
weird interactions with Tiny. Yeah, they definitely do, and they're gonna be able to find themselves some mail here. They'll turn back around. Kuro's gonna take bath to that nether toxin the route into place over onto Mickey. He's got to get out of there. They are taking a bath to the macro pyre. They have that spirit vessel, the illuminate coming in. Is it gonna be enough? Are they gonna be able to take down Mickey fast enough? Yes, they'll be able to finally chip away at him. So he will die in this mid lane. They will get their vengeance.
Sumail's actually very tanky on Coddle. 2200
Oh, and look
HP.
at this chase. They found Ana again. He's gonna go for the monster, turn himself into his own nature's prophet. They're trying to go for that shift here. He's rooted into place. They've got so much nuke damage as now in comes GH. Didn't get out in time. No, he can't. I love this aggression coming out from the side of Nigma here. Just realizing, okay, where is this Morphling gonna be? Let's send the Coddle there. Let's use the fact that we have this global sort of movement to try to punish him.
Sumail is definitely looking like the MVP this game for Nigma. He is just being so incredibly active on Coddle, running around and functioning as like a pseudo-disabled by just getting multiple rounds of spells off while chasing at haste and move speed. It looks really good. I mean, I feel like this guy always looks amazing on this mid Coddle. Every time I've seen it in this DPC season, it's looked great.
It's definitely putting up a good showing, for
Radiant's
sure.
bottom tower is under attack.
Now a 4K net worth lead going over to the side of Nigma. Roche, of course, is back up. They've got a little treant in there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This
So
is
whenever they want to try to go for it.
This is a big timing miracle. He's got a BKB. It's on the courier.
Thania trying to dodge around a little bit here. Dropping back fire. Should still fall.
And right in front of Roche,
And
too.
yeah, right in front of Roche. Right into the pit they go. You see those, the other heroes, they want to approach them. They're not quite sure how to get in. They look up the nether toxin. And freeze as well. I don't know how they approach this.
It's a hard fight now that Bristle has BKB.
Yeah. BH just getting that overcharge over on Miracle. That's an Aegis picked up now.
Double damage. Oh my god, he's got the Aghanim
Oh my
shard
God.
too. Hairball on Bristle. Mind control, just casually pushing out the side lanes. He's chilling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Come on, man. They're
That's a
looking.
lot of damage.
They're gonna get this tier 2.
And they just completed the sheep stick over on the Keeper of the Light. So they've got more lockdown now. They've had the bleak near for a bit.
Radiant's middle
They went
tower
from
has
0
fallen.
stuns to 1. That's an infinity% increase. Ana might actually die. He's hexed.
Yeah, this is not looking great here. Although the follow-up coming out from Liquid, the toss for the air, they finish off Sumail. No, they have too much healing as Ana, jumping onto the back lines, does manage to finally get the kill, is now going to try to just man-fight over here on the side against all of these heroes. This is not looking like he's going to survive it, though. It's just too much damage coming out from Miracle, and too much disable, as Mickey will be the next one to die. He finally get the kill on GH, but
Dude, Zai was just waiting for him at the reload. He's like, all right, guys, I'll contribute over here. No big deal. It's like, dude, where were you, bro? Where
I mean,
were
what
you?
else can he do, honestly, in that situation, right?
Yeah, he's Viper. He's
He can't make it over there, bad.
He's a slow guy. His best bet is to run to the relocate for sure.
This time,
MC.
Nigma is the one that's really putting the pressure down. You can see as they... Oh boy, Boxy's just surrounded by all of these treants. That replay in the top lane. Looking a little sus. Didn't know if they'd be able to finish off Sumail. They do eventually get it, but they end up losing quite a few for that trade.
Yeah, I didn't realize MC was just like beating the crap out of Mickey at on the other side of the fight. And because he has that Gleipnir, he's doing a lot of magical damage. It's the highest magic damage. Well, actually, let me check that before I say that stat. Mjolnir. No, it's not the highest magic damage proc. It's the second highest. But it does big magic damage on high armor guys.
A little bit of a toss back over here. Miracle, he's very far into the space. So the question is, can they do it again? Can they go and lock him down for long enough, especially when he has that BKB? The answer is no. He's going to be able to teleport out.
Yeah, they're like, and, you're on your own, buddy. You're on your own.
This feels a little bit like, you know, they understand how Liquid's been able to just be like, all right, we'll just TP out. In that case, BKB, easy, TP out. Scotty is completed, though, for Ana now. So Morphling going to be hitting a little bit harder. Going to be able to cancel out some of that healing coming out from this very heal-heavy lineup.
Top tower is under attack.
You see Zai over here with that ward. The Invis rune, though, over on Kuro. He's just going to walk away.
Yeah, and Liquid not really connecting with anything there. And MC's just split pushing with these trees top lane, too. Constant pressure from him in all of the side lanes. He's been, like, ulting off cooldown, too.
I mean, this guy is a master class in playing this hero.
He's literally Grandmaster. Yeah, he is sick in the head. I can tell you that much. As a Nature's Prophet fan myself, I can tell you, if you're Grandmaster with it, you are sick. But in
what's worse, that or a Tinker Master?
Probably Tinker. Probably Tinker. I think Tinker's the most hateable hero in the entire game, to be honest.
Tinker's still that guy. Got it.
Yeah, you're just a bad person if you're a Tinker Grandmaster. Which is cool. There's like plenty of bad people, you know? Whatever. They get by.
Foxy picking up the haste rune, and they smoke right underneath the ward over here. So Liquid very keen on knowing exactly what's happening. That's a fast little piggy here. I don't know, Foxy. That's a lot of damage still. Gonna try to just dispel fight away, but not gonna be able to do it. So
he is running against two heroes that are hasted as well, unfortunately.
I'm surprised that he opted to do that. Like, they literally smoked underneath the ward.
Yeah, I think he felt
I guess
confident.
maybe he just wanted to break the smoke, or
he wanted,
like with the haste rune, they can't grab him.
Yeah, he wanted to break it and then like blink away, but he got canceled by the bristle. I don't know if it was hairball or quill spray, but he got canceled by the bristle, and then all of a sudden, like, even though he is a bit faster, it's not enough to get the distance where you're not actually getting hit by the bristle. Because if he doesn't get hit by the quill spray, then he can blink, and it looks good instead of silly.
Okay, the Abyssal Blade is completed now for Bristleback, so we'll be seeing more lockdown coming out and less just TPing away. And what did Sumail just pick up? He's got himself an Aether Lens now.
Ooh.
Okay.
That is some distance on that Scythe of Ice. Honestly, Refresher after that seems like not bad. Or maybe Bloodthorn. Maybe you just double down on this disable during the Scythe.
Feels like the bristle's pumping out enough damage where he can just, you know, opt to go more, not necessarily utility, but become more of that lockdown person, because they are lacking quite a bit, unfortunately, for the side of Nigma. It's working out for them right now, but you never know in the next fight to come if it's going to be enough or not.
Actually, you know what the item is for Sumail? It's after Octarine BKB and then probably Refresher, because then you can refresh the BKB and the Sheep, and then it doesn't feel so sussy. If you do that, it feels decent.
Leia's going to be going for the Octarine core. For his next item is Miracle and GH hiding out in the tree line, waiting for Liquid to show up. They're playing pretty tight to the tower, though, right behind Ana. And we have the Aghanim Scepter completed for Kuro. That's actually a big item. I'm surprised. I didn't realize
when
that he was
get that. Oh,
that close to that. Yeah,
that's
right?
the Philly. That's the Philly right there.
Big boy Philly right there.
My
God. That's such a good pickup. That's scary for Liquid now.
9 seconds borrowed time. It does all this other stuff as well. That's nuts.
Individual miscoil automatically fires to that ally. Oh boy, Insania, there's the sheep, there's Airball, they're just gone, dead.
Yeah, that was some two-shotting action from Miracle.
The powerful guy with those 9 stacks of Warpath.
Yep. He's got a Blink Dagger too and Abyssal Blade, so lockdown, not so much of an issue. And like I said, like Kuro is totally aware when he's drafting like this, right? Like he knows he's drafting no disable, and in retrospect, I'm obviously when they're winning, it's easy to say this as there's a
there's a gank going on here in the bottom lane because guess what? Sumail's here. He's got a Hex. He's got theft charges. He's got everything he needs.
He actually didn't bring Miracle.
Kill him.
That's a long ABBA ult. I don't know if you can.
That is a very long ABBA ult. They're just waiting patiently for it to be over. It is finally over, but you know what? It was enough time for the rest of the side of Nigma to show up. So Boxy, he's going to melt. Zai's not looking too healthy now himself as he is hexed up. They've got plenty of damage to take out a Viper. And the rest of the side of Liquid, they're on the retreat.
Yeah, this one's looking kind of over. Miracle is blink.
Yeah,
He's gonna blink
they were
forward.
patient. Miracle, he knows that he is so powerful, and Insania is just a little snap for him here. God, these treants, when they're massive, are terrifying. They look like off-brand Cabbage Patch Kids. My God.
They're not terrifying. They're beautiful. Miracle's going for the throne.
He's just going. Yeah, they realize how powerful they are. They're gonna have to buy back over on Insania. They could buy back on some of these other heroes too, but it doesn't feel like they want to. In fact, gotta wait a little bit longer here, get those creeps into the face. I don't know. This is looking rough now for Liquid. It's a beautiful avalanche, it's a beautiful ice path, but they just are showing no mercy coming out from the side of Nigma.
They could just BKB and throw them, I'm pretty sure.
They are. They're just going for it. They realize this is the end. This is our game. We'll take this very much. Thank you. And there it is. This is TI for Nigma